Hey YouTube, this is Mattece, your lifestylist, and this is my second video to my YouTube channel. And I was thinking about how I was going to develop this channel. A lot of people talk about their journey, their weight loss journey, their self-identity journey, and I'm going to take you on a journey about how I'm going to develop this channel. We're going to go on a journey together, because that's the only way I know how to do it, is to take it step by step. If I'm not going to pigeonhole myself into, one type of channel, then I'm going to have to just take it as it comes and develop it. And you can watch me do that. So I just kind of been thinking about, how I'm going to start it off. Let's just say that. And I think, my plan, which, plans can change, but my tentative plan is to just treat you like you are my friend or my family or my coworker and have daily interactions with you just like I would them. And then, maybe what's popular or what really interests me, what becomes a passion for me or, enhances one of my passions, I'm going to go with that vein. And I may just stay, varied. I'm scatterbrained. Everybody who knows me know I'm scatterbrained. So, me having varied interest and showing those interests on YouTube is just me being me. But I did come up with a way, I think, to narrow it down into like segments where I could still touch on the things that I want to touch on, but not have to abandon, my varied interest. So this is my plan. And I'm giving you an intro. So the next time I won't give this same intro, because now you know where we're going. Well, our first step of this journey is to develop the channel. So in developing the channel, I decided that for right now, I'm going to just come to you with these daily affirmations. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, number one, I'm going to drop you some jewels. Okay. This is what I do to everybody. Everybody knows, because I think I'm a know-it-all. So I always say, I'm trying to drop you some jewels, but you don't want them. So I'm going to pass these jewels on to you, and hopefully they'll be able to bless you and enhance your life like it's done for me. Now, let me just tell you, jewels are items that you value. Okay? Well, anyway, at least to me. They're sages. They're wisdoms. They're words that, can guide you. Jewels are a part of your inheritance. They're a part of your heritage, and they're a part of your lineage. So your inheritance is something that you've been given from someone. Your heritage is something that is who you are, who you developed throughout your lifetime, the morals and the values that you've given to your family and your people, your tribe, and your lineage is what you're going to pass on. So that's why these jewels are so important. They're something that you have to hold on to. That's why I call them jewels. And also, you can gift jewels. You can give jewels a gift. You can give a gift of jewels to someone, and it can be priceless. And that's what I want to do for you. I want to give some priceless jewels to you. So I'm going to drop a few jewels on you. That's going to be the first thing that I do. No, maybe the last thing. I don't know what order we're going to do it in yet, but that's just one of the things I'm going to do in my sessions. And then I'm going to give you a few butterflies. Now, a butterfly is something that tickles your fancy. It may not be a jewel yet, but it may end up being a jewel. Basically, they're just tidbits of information that help you along the way. So, it may not be as profound as a jewel yet, but then it's just a little something to kind of tickle your fancy. And then you may come back with something to help me develop it, or it may give you something to help you develop it. So I'm going to give you a little butterflies. Then also, I'm going to give you some resources, because, resources provide access. And the reason why you're not successful, if you have the determination and you have the will and you have the discipline, the only reason why you can't succeed is because you don't have a resource, which gives you access. So when you have a resource, it gives you access to secrets. It gives you access to knowledge from another culture or aspect of people that you don't have. And then I'm also going to give you an update. The update is kind of going to be more personal, because that's an update on what I'm going through, my personal stuff. And hopefully it'll help you. like, I had COVID, so I'll update you on that sometimes. I lost, I've had losses in my life, and I'll update you on my grieving process, and people might think, well, it's vulnerable, but everybody knows that I'm pretty much an open book anyway. And I feel like if it can help you, then it helped me. What's good, my mother always said, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And if me laying bare something that will help you save your life, save your mind, save your hope, whatever it is, then I'm willing to lay bare on it. And it could be an update on, weight loss, or update on, some different, you know, herbs that I'm trying, or whatever. It's just going to be an update on something that's going to be something more personal. So that's my plan. And we'll see how it goes. I'm going to try to stay with that path. And I may veer off. I may do something better, something different, something, whatever. But this is my tentative plan. So you guys pray for me and bear with me as, we do that. So I know it took like 6 minutes to get to this point. Now we won't have this 6 minutes, next time, because now you don't know. Now you already know, the plan. Okay. So this is part of our journey. So now today's session begins in 6 minutes and 20 seconds. Okay. Now, the first jewel I want to give to you today is about being prepared. Now, the reason why I came up with this is because I was thinking about my water pipes bust. I mean, if you live anywhere in the southwestern hemisphere, then you're under a winter storm. And I was thinking about, my pipes busted. Well, actually, I'm that's not true. My pipes froze. And I was thinking about my sister, who is in Texas, lost her electricity, and my sister-in-law lost their electricity. That she's in Dallas as well. And just, all the mayhem that's going on right now because a lack of preparation. Preparation is something that I've always struggled with because I'm a procrastinator. It's hard to be multiple different things. Sometimes people aren't keen mathematical thinkers and artistic. A lot of times they're not. I mean, unless you're Da Vinci or somebody, sometimes you don't have that left brain and that right brain skill. So if you don't naturally have that ability, you're going to have to develop it over your lifetime. And being prepared is like one of the most valuable qualities that a person can have. And I remember watching a movie one time, and they were talking about when you like, Lord, you ask the Lord, I'm in famine, my crops are in drought, and you like, Lord, please send me the rain, send me rain, send me rain, but you ain't planted one crop. So if he sends the rain, you have nothing to grow from. Now, when I speak to you, I'm always speaking to myself. And most of the time, whatever subject matter I come up with is something that I've been dealing with on my own. So just because the world is not prepared to deal with these major crises, you had Hurricane Katrina, the levees broke. They weren't prepared. Right now, Texas is under siege by this weather because their system wasn't, their energy system was not prepared. And I could just think about so many things that I've gone through in my life, and I just wasn't prepared for it. Now, some things you ain't never going to be prepared for. You're just not. It's going to blindside you, and it's going to take you by storm. And then you have to know how to pick up your losses. But when we can prepare, we should prepare. Be prepared. I just think that if you want something, even though you can't see it right in front of you, if you prepare for it like you already have it, when it comes, the transition it will be seamless. And that's something definitely that has been a testament for me my whole life. That's a source of faith. Because when you prepare for something that you can't see, that's the activation of faith. And I'm not like, going to overwhelm you with any scriptures or anything like that. But one thing I will tell you is the only place in the Bible where they say God inhabits is in the praise. And when you praise God for something that haven't happened yet, that's called faith. You activate your faith by preparing for something that you wish you could have, or you hope you could have, and something that you can't see. Now I'm an oxymoron because I love Jesus, but I do cuss a little sometimes. So you have to pray for me. But there's this rapper that's on YouTube, and his name is Don Dada. Don't go look him up because he's a little rough. Or you can and give him some views. It's up to you. But Don Dada always says, you you don't believe in Jesus because you can't see him, but you don't believe in oxygen, but you can believe that you can breathe. I mean, that was like deep to me. It might not be deep to you, but that was deep to me. And so when you believe in something that you can't see and you're preparing for something that like for instance, like the weather. Now we knew them storms was coming. They know them hurricanes are coming. You got to get prepared. Yeah, you might can't prevent, the inevitable, but we can prepare for it. We can gather water. We can drip our water. We can, put a space heater in front of the pipes. There are a lot of things that we can do to preempt a total disaster. It might not fix everything, but it can mitigate some of the terrible circumstances. So I'm going to encourage you, and I'm going to encourage myself to try to be more prepared in the future, because procrastination keeps you from your destiny. And so if we're going to get to our destiny together, then we're going to be prepared. So that's my sage today. That's my jewel. Hopefully I drop them jewels on you, and it's something that you can hold on to, pass on, or live by. So the butterfly. Today's butterfly is going to be cooked with wine. That's today's butterfly. Okay. So I say I like to cook, but I really like to eat. I mean, I love food. I love the way food tastes. I love the way it smells. I love the way I'm thinking about it. I mean, when I go places, I go to talk to people and eat. No matter where I go, that's what I want to do. I want to talk and I want to eat. So lately, as I've been experimenting with new genres of food, I've been using wine on my meats. So like I made a chicken marsala, use marsala wine. But the best butterfly I want to give you today is when you are cooking steak. Sear the steak on both sides. Get a sprig of rosemary and some slap your mama, because you got to still keep it real. And red wine. Cabernet Sauvignon is what I've been using lately because it's really kind of dry and it just ignites the flavor in the meat. And so you know how soul food, you just, it's known for its flavor. But if you want to just kick it up a whole notch, cook with wine. Anything you're making. Like I made a pork roast, put some white wine in it. Whatever wine that you would drink with that meat, that's the wine that you put in it when you're cooking. And if it's any type of roast or pan-seared, fried, that's not like crispiness, you can use wine with it. So just experiment with it. Live life through vino. Okay? All right. So the resource that I want to give you today is the PPP loan. I just want to give you a few pieces of information about that. I know my time is running long and I didn't want to be long-winded, so you can let me know if I'm going too long. But the resource I wanted to give you today was PPP. The PPP loans are out. The money is available. If you are a sole proprietor, or if you are an independent contractor, or if you're an employer, you can apply for it. And you would be surprised at who all qualifies for it. I don't qualify for it, but there are a lot of people who do qualify for it. You have to go through your financial institution. But I will link some of the names of some of the websites that really helped educate me on the PPP, so I can pass that information on to you and how accessible it is to you. So the SBA COVID disaster loans are there for you. Somebody's going to get them. So it may as well be you. And whatever your endeavors have been throughout your, journey of your, being self-employed, this could really help you maybe move to the next level, or at least, like we said, mitigate some of the loss that you've had during this terrible crisis. Now, one more thing, update. The update today is about COVID, long hauls. Okay, so I had COVID back in October. And I got really sick. I had double pneumonia and the flu. And I'll go over, maybe I'll do one, one about, the symptoms and how I felt and all that. But I want you guys to look up COVID long haul or, post-COVID syndrome. Because if you've had COVID and you're still experiencing symptoms that you can't explain, there are there are resources out there that will help you. For instance, you still may have fever. You still may have a headache. You still have shortness of breath. There's weird things that still happen to you. Sometimes your smell goes in and out. These are all the things that I've been experiencing. Now, they've gotten better, and here's the update. And the things that I've done to help them get better is I've spent some time in a dry sauna. I love homeopathic health. So a lot of my things are going to be like naturopathy type stuff. My favorite black seed oil, I ingest that every day. Ginger. COVID is an inflammatory disease. So if you reduce the inflammation in your body post-COVID, then you can help reduce the symptoms. I'm still taking my regimen of zinc, elderberry, vitamin C, those type of things. But just what you want to do is take these steps to reduce the inflammation. Glutathione. Glutathione is a detox in your system. You want to heal your stomach. And the way you heal your stomach is through bone broth and fermented foods like kimchi, sauerkraut, and yogurts. So anyway, that's the update on the COVID long haul. My symptoms are better. Some of them are lingering. The fatigue is a trip. It can be debilitating, and you think you can push through it, and sometimes you cannot. So listen to your body, listen to your mind, and listen to your heart, and it'll be a perfect guide for you. Okay, remember, I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribers in a month. So like, comment, subscribe, and share if you loved it. And I just appreciate all the support. And any comments you have or suggestions, let me know. And I'll see you tomorrow.